Hello, I'm Dynast Amir.
So I reached out to another friend of mine. I said, look, I need to go on vacation somewhere. Where should I go? He said, go to Africa. And not only am I gonna go, I'm going to explore a new country. So I went to Tanzania, South Africa, Namibia, Mali, Senegal, Morocco, Liberia, Namibia, Kenya, the Voodoo Festival in Ouida, Gambia, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire. Sierra Leone, Ghana, Nigeria. It's been a beautiful experience, just learning more about our culture, our indigenous culture. So uhuru means freedom in Swahili. I'm in search of my roots. In finding that, I would experience my uhuru, which is freedom.
Till next time, Dynast Amir, I'm out.
Thank you. How's my brother from my other mother? How's Dynast? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good.
Good.
I'm doing good. Can't play.
Good. Well, Dynast, firstly, let me start by applauding you for what you've been doing in Sierra Leone. Okay. And we're gonna also talk about Liberia. I've never been to Liberia, but I'm obviously living in Africa. I repatriated and I live in the Gambia. And I moved from the UK and I've not been back since. Yeah, I found myself in Africa. I am an investor in Africa. I am a promoter of Africa. And firstly, I want to unpack automatic citizenship just to make it clear to you. When I first put out the package about automatic citizenship was based on a similar basis as already exists. Firstly, let me just state this. When our ancestors were taken in chains, they did not have any immigration or any passport. They even lost their names, their identity. They were stripped of their culture, stripped of their family, stripped of their legacy, stripped of their land, stripped of their titles, stripped of everything that could identify them with the place that they came from. So we have been nomads for too long. And I want people who are born in Africa to understand the loss that we have faced and the crisis that we have faced in our identity. The crisis that we have faced with having nowhere to go. Indians can go back to India. Chinese can go back to China. English can go back to England. They can be in South Africa for so many years, but they can still claim their English identity and return home with no issues. But when it comes to Africa, there's always an issue of you have to qualify this, you have to qualify that. And why is there even the assumption that we're going to be a criminal? Why is always this stereotype when it comes to black people? Black people, let me talk to black people. Let me talk to us Africans, because we are all Africans and we are all one. It is not virtue to where you live. I am African because African is in me. Africa is in me. You cannot deny me that. Because of virtue of my history, what gives you the right to judge me as being less African than you just because of the place where I was born? Secondly, automatic citizenship has its own criteria. As I wrote and I did a program which had over 144,000 views, in which I explained very clearly the criteria. I am not expecting people just to walk through the door. What I am saying is that you must want to go home. You must want to repatriate. You must want to reinvest into the society. You must want to learn the culture, learn the language. It's not easy, especially when you go in your twilight years. And most people that are going back to Africa are not going back when they're 16 and 17. They're going back after they've had, money. They've sold their house. They've divested their investment and have got something to go with. Yeah, most people go when they have a nest egg. And so what I'm saying, there is criteria, but the criteria shouldn't be based on us being screened like we're criminals. It should not be based on the fact that we should not be welcomed. We should be given a citizenship passport, an automatic citizenship passport should be given to all African diaspora that want it. Because not many Black people of African descent even want to return. Yes, I'm a Garveyite. And yes, there are other Garveyites, but most people aren't. They're happy with their lot, living with white people in their dystopia. Yeah, there's only the few that are selected and chosen who are conscious that want to go to Africa and know the truth about Africa, know the true wonderfulness of Africa, know the true beauty of Africa, know the true investment opportunities and business opportunities and wonderfulness of Africa, and understand the beauty of living among your own people. There's not many people that do experience it or even want to experience it. Many people wake up and if they don't see a white face, they feel displaced. Okay, so that is the truth. So when we are coming back, the first thing we expect is respect, that we even made this journey, because this journey is hard. Do you know how many people are living on benefits, living on social security? They don't even have their own home. They don't even have a job. They don't even know where their next money is coming from, the next paycheck. They can't even afford to leave. They don't even own a car or they own a house. So, all of these assumptions that people are well off and are better off. Some people have got PhDs and are cleaning, floors in toilets because of discrimination and racism. We face enough discrimination and racism without having to come back to Africa to face the same kind of colonial ideas and mentality where you're going to face barriers when you come back here because we're going to have pushback against you. When if I was a white person coming with X amount of money, I will be seen as an investor and I will be given an automatic citizenship based on the fact that I'm an investor. Why aren't I seen as an investor? I spent millions for my house. Why aren't I seen as an investor? All of this discrimination, all of this prejudice, all of this, fraction thinking, all of this kind of bad-mindism that we have between ourselves has to end. We are all Africans. We are all one. And it has to stop. How dare you scream me when you go to America and within 5 years, you're getting your green card. Yeah, I'm here in Gambia. I have to wait 15 years for citizenship. What kind of a joke is this? African nation, and then you want my blood, and then you want my blood, you want my DNA, you want my blood.
BLAXIT, that is unfair.
Let her finish. Moochie, let her finish, and I'm gonna pass it to Carrie because I want to get them on.
Right, all I'm saying is that you want us to jump through all of these hoops like we ain't human. Like we don't have feelings, like we ain't gone through pain, like we ain't gone through racism, discrimination, and hatred. So when we come back, we want love. We want a welcome.
That's the point I was trying to say earlier. I said, look, if everything we went through is basically dismissed, and people act like, oh, you come in Africa like it's some soap opera or something like that. Look, people are coming back for it. They're coming back, and it's like Africa's not really embracing us the way I think it should be. Do you understand what we went through in the West? You know what it takes to say, something, we want to come back to the continent and everything, and people are just dismissive, like the Afro dumbass guy, and people like that, and Negro P and all these other people that want to freaking cast doubt and all this kind of nonsense on Black people returning, watching our every move and everything like that, criminalizing us and everything. And a lot of people just give up. They say, man, I might as well just stay in America if I'm going to go to Africa and like that. Africa has not made it easy for Black people in America to return. I hope this Liberian initiative will do something, But
Let me, Juliet, anything else you want to share? I'm gonna pass it to Carrie, but take your time, Juliet.
Yeah, I was just wanting to say that obviously Ghana, Sierra Leone, there are other countries, and it is opening up. Gabon. I mean, you're a prince in Nigeria, okay? Let's look at the good side of it too. I'm living in Africa, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Don't get it twisted. My life is 1,000,000% better here. than it would be if I was living in England. Okay, my lifestyle is 1,000,000% better. My mental health is 1,000,000% better. My ordinary health is 1,000,000% better. My diet is 1,000,000% better. My happiness is like off the scope, regardless of what's happening in my personal life. You know, I have no regrets about coming to Africa. Africa is the place to be. Africa is the place to invest. Africa is the place that we need to return to, and we need to be a part of the progress of Africa. We need to contribute in a positive way. So don't let me get it twisted about us not coming. Hell, pack your bags and leave. Because the more of us leave and the more of us come back and the more of us work together positively towards, you know, harmonious intervention, harmonious contribution to the society that we're living in, then of course things are only going to improve. But you know, I keep hearing that, you know, Africans, oh, they leave and they go to America and this and that. No, you are a financial migrant, yeah, or you are a migrant, yeah. We are diasporans. And there needs to be a difference made between someone who has financial aspirations or going as a student to us whose parents were forced out of their motherland. We didn't have a choice. Yeah. So we are not economic migrants. Yeah, we are diasporans in the true sense of the way. We and our ancestry is linked to the forced taking of us as captive against our will, where millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people died in the worst atrocity in the history of mankind. And we must never forget it. And Africa has a price to pay. Africa also has to make amends. Right? And I am not going to sit here, and those idiots that you talked about, they're online trying to destroy the Pan-African movement, let them go to hell. Yeah, or whatever else is good for them. Stick their heads where the sun don't shine and drown. As far as I'm concerned, we have to get hardcore with them. No. We need to go online and destroy them. Yeah, I'm not playing. You call me a warrior, call me a fighter, call me whatever, but we need to get together as black people and stand up. Yeah, and say no more. This idiot peon or whatever his asshole name is, excuse my language, yeah? Let him go die somewhere. We should be killing his channel and killing him. He married some white clown. He not even representing nothing. He don't mean nothing. And we as black people need to stand up and be counted and fight. I'm tired of all of this cowardice and this passivism. They've made us into something that we're not. We are fighters. We are warriors. We are kings. We are queens. And we must stand up. They mustn't destroy our fight. They mustn't destroy our Garveyitism. They mustn't destroy our Pan-Africanism. They mustn't destroy our love for Africa while they sit down in some European place with some porn star. Hell no. Telling lies from morning till night on us. Telling untruths against us. Trying to defame us. Trying to destroy us. Look what they've done to so many other people on YouTube. Because of me, I don't care. They can tell lies on all day and all night. I'll still keep saying, brothers and sisters, come home. Because each and every one of us has a legacy of Nanny of the Maroons. Each and every one of us has a legacy of Marcus Garvey. Each and every one of us has a legacy of every single freedom fighter that there has been. Yeah, Harriet Tubman is in all of us. That's why we're here today on this channel. Dynast has done too much work for some idiot sitting in Europe with some little white porn star to try and undo. I diss him, I diss his family, I diss everybody because he's just a waste of space, an empty bag of gas. He's just an agent, and we're going to get agents working against us the same way as Marcus Garvey was shot in his chest, the same way as he was in prison, the same way Malcolm X, the same way Martin Luther King. And we've got to learn to stand up and be counted and fight against it and say, no, this is our Africa, our destiny, our future, and we are going to claim it, and we are claiming our birthright. And whether you like it or not, Africa, we are here and we're here to stay, and that is it. And if you don't want to give it to us, we'll claim it in time.
Send this clip to the African Union.
Okay. Hey, say, Carrie, go ahead. Say
you have to wake them up first.
Hi, everyone. Happy July. Happy Liberian Independence Day to my fellow Liberians and African diasporans. And regarding this dual citizenship, can you all hear me? Okay. Regarding this dual citizenship, I agree with it. And the reason why I agree with it because I'm first generation Liberian American. My parents and grandparents were four grandparents were born in Liberia. However, I was born in the United States. So with this law being passed, it's beneficial to me because with my parents and myself, I plan on giving back and working on a project.
Okay,
And
go ahead, Moochie.
uh-huh.
Oh, go ahead and finish. Go ahead and finish. Sorry.
And I do agree with Miss Blacksit and what Mr. Great African was saying, because initially the way how Liberia was founded was for freed blacks, for black people, regardless of where you were, to repatriate to Liberia. And I'm at work, so I can't take too long in this panel.
Can I go down?
Go ahead, Moochie. Go ahead, Moochie.
All right. Okay. Hey, BLAXIT, I don't know if she's listening. I just wanted to say I'm a fan and I've watched the content. So, again, I think most Africans are allies to Black diaspora, especially as Africans who've come from the continent and living abroad.